Today on the channel, we keep purring along with the Masters of the Universe Thundercats Mattel crossover event of a generation. Today with Tygra, Panthro, and He-Man.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Thundercats crossover event of a generation, this time with Panthro, Tygra, and He-Man. But for all your Thundercats, He-Man, and everything else under the sun needs, hit up jaystoysandgames.com, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there. Shout out to jaystoysandgames.com, that's where I picked these three up. Of course, Series 2 of the Thundercats He-Man crossover. And people have said in the comments, yes, there is a comic book series. I got the hardback edition like 5 years ago. I have never read that series, but there is that series. There is these figures. So we do have some history with these, I guess. And we got history with Series 1, which we already unboxed on the channel. Check out those unboxings if you missed it. Just recently, we unboxed Skelraw on the channel as well. Check that out if you missed it along the way. But of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And I guess we'll start with He-Man. It kind of all revolves around He-Man in a lot of ways. And you could say that about action figures in general for the most part. But we do got He-Man here, the most powerful man in Eternia. But now, taking a trip to Third Earth. Beautiful this time of year, as we know. Not quite my He-Man. I don't know if I would know this is He-Man unless you told me. Obviously, the packaging tells me here. Masters logo, Thundercats logo. It does say the most powerful man in the universe, He-Man here. Definitely a different take than the classic version of He-Man. One thing I want to call out on these figures, the cardboard is extremely nice and hard, a lot harder than we've had in the past. You don't have to worry so much about it getting dinged and dented like some of the thinner cardboard we've had over the last few years. On the back, jibber jabber down low, UPC, a little bit of cross-sell, some artwork up top. And then what else does it say about He-Man? The most powerful man on Third Eternia finds kindred spirits among the heroic Thundercats. And they got him squaring off against Mumra right there. Most powerful man in the universe, He-Man, includes comic book. Put on his battle helmet, it does say. And it looks weird to see He-Man squaring off against Mumra. It's kind of like, I don't know, I guess like Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair when I was a little kid. It was like WCW, WWF, and when Flair went over to, of course, the WWF, it just felt crazy. It felt wild. It was like a crossover, but I was here for it for sure. But let's get it out of the package here. Not as easy as times past. Very, very thick carding here. And some like it thick, that's for sure, and hard, and you get that here in this packaging, let me tell you. And you got to be careful. You don't want to rip that comic book. That's for sure. Get He-Man out. We're almost there. There we go. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? See you later. Goodbye. We do got a little bit of instructions here. I don't need those. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic He-Man prison. And of course, he's locked down in twist ties. Mattel getting after the twist ties here, like a young McFarlane toy, but this time with Mattel. I'm going to try not to make too big of a mess here. And we'll see, though. No promises. You guys know me here at the table. A lot going on in the twist tie department. Another one on the arm. Oh my gosh, this video is going to be half twist ties unboxing is what this is going to end up being. I can feel it already. I can feel it. Come on, He-Man. Now, this is a tough one. This is, I give kudos. Oh my gosh, even twist ties on the sword. The Sword of Omens. What are we doing here? So confusing. Just playing with my head is what this is doing. There's that helmet. They're so proud of that helmet. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business here. Get some of this mess out of the way. But man, oh man, are they going to make this hard to choose. And kudos to Mattel, as I was saying, as basically 2-in-1 figures for these guys here. So you got the crossover event look right here, but you can go to the classic He-Man look if you want to. Really makes me want to get a double up club of these and display both looks. I'm currently waiting for some deals, some discounts, a big sale somewhere where I could jump in and feel like I got a deal. Maybe damaged packaging or something like that. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get a clearance event at Target maybe. We'll just have to wait and see. But I am definitely looking at buying a second set of these figures to display both looks. We'll see what happens there. We do get the comic book right here, The Power Sword of Omens. Okay. We're combining forces, The Power Sword of Omens as well. Nice comic book in the style, of course, of Masters Universe Origins and stuff. Ooh, I'm looking at this right here. The first page, spoiler alert, he's alive, but just barely. Let's get him out of here. And it's He-Man carrying Tygra. Oh my gosh, I don't like the looks of where this one's going, that's for sure. Nobody wants Tygra dying this early on in the series. But of course, check out the comic books with all these figures. I believe it'll be the same comic for each one. Now we do get the Power Sword of Omens right here. You get the cat's eye right in there. You get that gray color. Oh my gosh, how cool is that? Ready to go, very pointy as well. Looking very nice. Now you do get the He-Man vest here. Of course, classic He-Man. He's rocking the Iron Cross, which in some circles, people don't like the Iron Cross. I know my boy Lemmy wore the Iron Cross a lot. He-Man wore it. And maybe some bad people once upon a time. We do get that helmet that they're so proud of on the back of the package, and it just plugs right on his head, I would assume, right? But you know what happens when you assume. Yep, right there. You can have He-Man looking a little bit more cat-like if you put that on there if you want to. As usual, choose your own adventure on that and what you think of that there. Diving into the head-on He-Man, I guess that's where we'll start. Well, I guess we could start with the shield here. It's locked in there. You got some nice spikes on the end of this shield here. So it's a protector and a weapon. So we do have that. We've seen that before. Things like that before, I should say. But diving into He-Man here, I don't know if you could tell me this is He-Man if you just handed it to me. So I get it. Okay, he's got the blonde hair, but he's got long braided hair in the back. Almost looks like a young Legolas from Lord of the Rings is what he looks like. And he must dye his hair because his push broom eyebrows are jet black. Got a very stoic look on his face there. He's got to because he's having the fight of his life all the time, as we know. He gets a little bit cold. He's got that loincloth all the way down there. Yes, Todd, I'm sure it's a loincloth. There's nowhere he could grow this. And yeah, it's a loincloth. He's got black underwear underneath there. He does got the Eternia Championship title belt here. Hopefully he can defend that. You never know. He could be the longest reigning Eternia champion. I think Lion-O was the previous longest reigning, of course. You got the fur up top on the shoulders. Got to keep it warm there. Got a cat's head right there in the middle. Got a spot to hold the sword in the back, which is always nice to see as well. Two gripping hands here. He's got the traditional He-Man hitchhiking hand, plus a little bit of a swordsman hand here. Dare I say a cocksmith's hand over here. And you got the up and down hinge as well. Arm bracers on both sides, ready to go. A little bicep covering on this one over here. Bicep covering on this arm, and then you got down on the thigh here. So he's on brand. Got some black boots. Got those fur-lined boots as well. Hopefully not cat fur. Oh, I'd hate to hear them turn against each other that quick. But definitely an interesting take on He-Man, and I get it. It's got to be different. You don't want to give us just the same old He-Man. But it is a little bit different. It is a little hard to get used to. Where's this made at? Does not say Vietnam or anything. Just has some coating down there. Maybe it's on his back. Oh, yeah, there it is. On the back, maybe. Mattel 2024. Oh, got to pull his pants down a little bit. Maybe we can see. Oh, Vietnam. It's a Vietnam-issued He-Man is what this is right there. So, got that going on. And, of course, classic version of He-Man. Most of us, this is what we think of He-Man right here. Your mileage may vary, of course. He-Man's had a few looks over the years, but this is more of a modern take. Almost reminds me a little bit of that. Was it a Netflix series a couple years ago? It was aimed really for little kids. Kind of has more of that than this, is what I think. Interesting, though, but you need He-Man. If you're going to have this world, you're going to be a part of this universe, you better have He-Man as a part of it. But you also better have Panthro, of course, the big brute of the Thundercats, but also the guy that loves tinkering with technology, of course, as we know, and also drives the Thunder Tank around, as we know as well. Looking very good there, Masters, Thundercats. Got Panthro there, a 2-in-1 figure once again. Heroic Thunderian Battle Master, a battle master, like a young battle cat, maybe, who knows. On the back there, a little artwork, beautiful artwork as usual. Jibber Jabber, UPC, cross sell, plug mace into arm, it does say. Panthro stands by Lion-O's side, ready to defeat evil across all ends of the universe. And it looks like we've got a little Triclops going on. So we're going to see Triclops in the future. Maybe a Slythe Triclops crossover. Maybe we get something like that. Who knows what it could be. We'll see. Uh-oh, losing stuff out of the package right off the bat there. See you later. Goodbye. See you later instructions. I don't need those. Comic book. Same comic book once again. On brand makes sense. plastic Panthro prison. Look at that. And he's got twist ties all over him. And this is a very loaded figure. There is a lot going on with this figure here. A lot of twist ties, but a lot of extra stuff. Once again, a 2-in-1 figure. So, got to play that long game. Hopefully, I can track down another set for my collection. I don't know. If I have to choose, and I guess if you said, hey, Kyle, you're only going to get one set. You can't get two of these sets, which the verdict's still out. I am displaying these guys in their classic Thundercats look. That's, if I'm only going to have one, and that's where I'm going right now, it's that classic look there. That's what I got to do. I just got to do that. But man, oh man, we got a lot going on here. This is breaking the record for twist ties, I think. Oh my gosh, and we're losing stuff. The table's a mess. It's all going south in a hurry, folks. It's going south in a hurry. Why do they got to twist tie these weapons down? I don't understand. Just put a baggie in, like a normal person. Just put them all in a baggie and throw the baggie in the back of the package instead of going through this huge mess here, having to cut all this stuff out. Just a lot of work. And, you know, there's bigger problems in life, of course, as we do know. But not right now. This is my biggest problem currently. See you later. Goodbye. Look at all these twist ties. Get these off of this table. Oh, almost lost one to the carpet monster. That's never good. And we're getting down to business here. So we get all kinds of pieces. We get some of those pieces here to help transform him into Panthro, the traditional Panthro if you want to. So we do get those. We do get his classic nunchucks here. We got a very plasticky, I like the real chain in between, but these are iconic. Possibly outside of the Sword of Omens, the most iconic weapon in Thundera. Somebody's saying Chitara's staff, and I'm not going to repeat what you just said there, Todd McFarland, but maybe the whip of Tygra. We'll say that. How about? But looking good here. You got the red and the blue. Always like those, of course. Very iconic, as I said. Talked about the mace. Now, he does got an apparatus on his arm you can plug the mace into, or you can plug the axe into, which is a nice turn of events here. All in the same gray colored plastic with this one here as well. So we do got that going on. And it looks like we've got a little bit of a mask, too. So these Thundercats and He-Man, they like to wear a little mask, so he's ready to do some cosplaying, apparently. Nice goldish color mask here. It goes against the face mask as well. A little bit of a Man-at-Arms feel right here, and I would say Panthro and Man-at-Arms kind of the equivalent of each other. I think that's not too much of a stretch, if you ask me. Gold bracer around the bicep, and then you got that on his arm there that you can plug all the weapons to if you want to. He does got an Eternia title belt, but it looks like it's the European Eternia title belt right here. Bracer on the foot down here, or I should say on the shin. He's got that shin guard looking very good. Looks like a Benito Santiago edition there. Shout out to the Padres, of course. Looking very nice. Got that spike over here on the arm. Very Thundercats-like once again. And then he's got his Panthro vest over the top. A little scuffing in the paint department. Your mileage may vary on the chest there. He does got that Thundercats belt on underneath this new belt as well. So once again, a 2-in-1 figure. Love the spikes up the top, like a young Road Warriors is ready. He's ready for. And he is a big bruiser. He is a little bit bigger than the other figures. Got that beautiful blue skin tone color here. And of course, you can pull a lot of this stuff off as we see, like so. And you can throw it around even if you want to. Looks like Panthro in the head sculpt department as well. Looking very, very nice. Maybe a little small in the head department compared to the rest of the body. Very kind of depressed down in the dump's face to it there. He's got big old ears like an elf, 2 ears, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. He's playing all those Thundercat hits, that's for sure. Interesting color combination on him, though. And a little bit looseness in the ankle down here on my left leg. Once again, your mileage may vary. Articulation, arms all the way around on him there. Single jointed elbow, extremely tight on there. Side to side, back and forth. Hands back and forth, side to side. He's got the hitchhiking hands, He-Man classic style there. Waist articulation, head back and forth, side to side, removable. All these parts are removable. You can mix and match. We know how that goes as well. Single jointed knee back and forth, boot cut, and then ankles back and forth. Got those ninja slippers on is what it looks like as far as the feet department go there. But he is also a big bruiser here. Very similar to Battle Cat Man once upon a time. I should get those scissors out of here. But there it is, Panthro rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling, ready to get the Thunder Tank. Can we get the Thunder Tank in this line? And maybe. But there's old Panthro looking pretty good. A favorite of mine, but my absolute favorite is Tygra. Once again, a 2-in-1 figure here. Tygra looking only like a Tygra could look if he was in the Masters crossover. Heroic Thunderian scientist. And we won't hold that scientist against him, of course. Nerd alert if there ever was one. And look at that. He's squaring off against Panthro woman. I guess is what we'll call that. We talked about that with Battle Cat Man. Said, we're going to have to see that in the future. Well, looks like the future is now, like a young Dippin' Dots. Tygra looking good. Got a little bit of jibber jabber there. UPCs. What's it say on the back? Put on his Thunder helmet. Okay. The noble scientist Tygra discovers that Third Eternia is home to many wonders, both good and evil. How about that as well? The heroic scientist. I've heard it all. I've heard it all. See you later. Goodbye. There we go. Pop it out. Pop it and lock in. See you later. Goodbye. Once again, you get that same comic book. We've seen it before. We'll see it again. Bam. See you later. Instructions. Goodbye. And now we get old Tygra, and we got to cut him out. Once again, we got all those pieces so you can choose your own Tygra adventure. What do you want him to be? You want him to be Third Earth? You want him to be crossover? You want him to be something entirely different? You can truly choose your own adventure with this figure and every single figure in this lineup and in this series so far. I don't know how well this is selling. These are just starting to hit Walmart and Target, so I've seen them in some stores already. I've been able to pick up the full set multiple times if I wanted to, but I think it's too early to tell if this will resonate with the consumers. We'll just have to stay tuned and see what ends up happening here in the next couple of months. And the holiday season coming quicker than a hiccup, some may say. So we'll see if maybe these will be under the Christmas tree for little Johnny maybe along the way as well. So much more to come on that. And maybe a possible clearance after the holidays. See you later. Goodbye. Twist ties. Get these off my table. And let's dive in. So we do get some of those pieces here if you want to change them around, make him more like original Tygra from the Thundercats universe. We do got his classic weapon, his whip. I like that we get a real string in here. That is kind of cool. And then we get plastic string at the top. We got the 3 balls going on there. Swing those around, shoot them your way. And a little bit of translucent plastic down here on the handle. So a little bit on brand there for our old friend Tygra. We do get his helmet here, much like He-Man. You can wear that around if you want to. No. There's no way. If I can only display him one way, it's classic Tygra. This isn't the look for him on that helmet. It's an interesting take for sure, though. And the color scheme on this Tygra a little bit different than what we're accustomed to with him as well. We do get the more classic over-the-top thing, of course, that he wears during his normal Thundercats appearance. And once again, on a broken record, that's how he's going to be displayed for now, at least in my collection. But looking good there. He does got a little translucent shoulder guard and chest piece going on. You do got the Thundercats logo there. He's got the Cruiserweight Third Earth title belt, looking very good. Translucent thigh protection as well. Never thought I'd say that word ever. He does got elbow pads going on in blue. Got some wrist bracers. He's got the classic He-Man hitchhiker thumbs going on there. And then you got a full-on Tygra head. We know what that is when we see it. Almost looks like he's got face paint, but that is his coloring. He's got the tiger stripes going on. Can we get a repaint, get Bengali? Can we get Bengali in Series 3? Maybe. We'll see what happens. Got the open toe shoes down here. Got those claws going on. Got some fur around the boots on this one. But looking good. Articulation can be identical to the rest of the guys here. And he does got an Eternia fur loincloth. And it's got to be weird when you're an animal made up of fur and you're wearing fur of another animal. I don't know what that says. It says something. Chime in the comments. But of course, should fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. And like clockwork, fits on that stand right there. So there it is, the latest and greatest Wave 2 of the Thundercats with He-Man, Tygra, and Panthro. 3 of the heaviest of hitters from both universes. Definitely worth a pickup if you are into this line. This line is not going to be for everybody, and I think there's just a lot of head scratching going on is how do I display these? Do I display the classic look, or do I display the new look, or why not both? You got to make your decisions, and I think most people are displaying them classic looks, but feel free to chime in the comments down below as well. Of course, while you're here, though, don't forget to like the video. Always helps when you give the videos the thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel and the other YouTube channel. Check out Patreon YouTube channel memberships to support the channel and for even more content. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available wherever podcasts are found, with videocast on YouTube. So for little Thunderians, Third Earthians, Eternians, Masters of the Universians, and Thundercatians, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?